Thank you for joining me for yet another unboxing video. And today we're talking Mutant Year Zero Zone Wars, Skirmish Mayhem in the Mutant Year Zero universe, brought to you by the great people at Free League. Now, for those who don't know, Free League are the ones who came up with the great role-playing game Aliens, and they also came up with Blade Runner as well. So they put together great games. As soon as I saw this come to market, it was a little pricey for me, so I didn't pick it up. Then I was perusing Facebook Marketplace, and I came across this, and I said, you know what? This guy's selling it at a much more cheaper price, and I picked it up, along with its with an expansion as well for pretty much half the price of one box. So I was very happy to pick this up, and let's get into the unboxing because I'm really excited to see what's inside this box. So again, we're talking Mutant Year Zero Zone Wars, the key core box. Lead a band of mutant stalkers into the zone and fight others to scavenge artifacts from the ancients. Stake out your claim in a post-apocalyptic wasteland or die trying. Designed by Andy Chambers, Necromunda, Battlefield Gothic, Warhammer Fantasy Battle, Drop Zone Commander. With Thomas Hagerstrom, Mutant Year Zero Alien Role-Playing Game, Twilight 2000, Blade Runner Role-Playing Game, Dragonbane, and the Free League Zone Wars is a fast and furious game of tabletop skirmishes set in the beloved Mutant Year Zero universe. This core set includes all this type of stuff that's right in front of you. Here are your components. The miniatures are delivered with a sun-drop coat of paint, which means you don't have to paint them right out of the box if you don't want to. Again, this game is brought to you by Free League and Heroic Signatures. For more information, go to freeleaguepublishing.com, and this was released in 2023. It's for 1 to 2 players for ages 14 plus, and it takes about 9 minutes to play a game. So there is a solo component to this game, which makes me very happy. That's the best way to try it out. I always try it out solo, and then I'll see my kids and I will enjoy playing a game. So let's crack this bad boy open and see what kind of goodness we have on the inside. First thing I see is our good friend silica gel. Again, don't eat it and don't throw it out. All right, put that to the side. So it looks like we got a lot of stuff in here. And you know, I always like to start with the rulebook, so we're going to start with the rulebook. Again, Zone Wars is a skirmish battle between 2 or more players that takes place in the Mutant Year Zero setting, previously explored in a tabletop RPG and video game. Players each take control of a small group of stalkers fighting in a post-apocalyptic wasteland, the Zone, for artifacts from old worlds so that they can survive and perhaps thrive in the new one. Using this book, How to Get Started, your different factions. You have the Arc Mutants, Gen Lab Tribe, Nova Cold, and the Mechatron Hive. Here are your components. Moving on, you got a bunch of different tokens that we're going to have to take a look at. You got your base dice, and the dice are also game specific. You have gear dice also, which are game specific. Dice modifiers, measuring, turning, and firing arcs, measuring increments, characters, attributes, ranged, melee, survival, health, attribute rolls, mutations, and modules, and endpoints. Right off the bat, we're seeing for when measuring for shooting, close is 2.5 inches, medium is 5 inches, and long is more than 10 inches away. Okay, weapons, ranged weapons. Again, you got the range, the bonus, and the special. And they go into detail with those. Melee weapons. Also, melee is hand-to-hand combat. The game round examples, drawing action tokens. So that tells you who goes first. Activating a model. You can go on Overwatch, meaning you can wait to see what someone else does before you make your move, or you can take an action. Taking actions, here's what you're going to do. You can move and attack. You can aim, fire, charge, sprint, activate mutation or module, recover, assist recovery, simple operation, complex operation. Activation complete, Overwatch. Using an Overwatch token, losing Overwatch. And you got zone tokens and then ending the round. Casualties. If they get knocked down, you get rolled to see if they get back up. If not, they die. Ending the game. The game is over when either only one player has any models left that are not taken out or off the table. The scenario conditions are that state that the game ends. And you got your actions of what you can do. So you can basically move and attack, aim your fire, charge, sprint, activate mutation module, recover, assist recovery, simple operation, complex operation. Move and attack, the move, the attack, aimed fire. charge, sprint, activate mutation module, recover, assist recovery, simple operation, complex operation. You attack within range, within line of sight, within their 180-degree forward arc. Attack summaries, melee attacks, counterattacks, disengage, ranged attack, line of sight, making an attack. Pushing rolls, meaning you roll another dice to see what happens. Special attacks, improvised attacks, igniter. Area effects, knockback, overwatch fire. Taking hits, you have armor, cover, damage. If you're broken, artifacts, recovery, attacking a broken model, bloodied, and just plain out, take it out. Terrain, you have different kinds of terrain in this game. You have low terrain, blocking terrain, buildings, climbing. You have falling and flying. Mutations and modules, spending M points. Important note, physical mutations, psionic mutations, feral mutations, and modules. Mutation module card data. Different types and different effects. You have artifacts that you can use. Zone tokens and zone cards. You have different monsters that could be popping up from time to time. You have campaign play. You have custom characters that you can create of your own. You have character conversion. And of course, then at the end of the rulebook, they give you some scenarios. Scenario 1, and all the scenarios are set up exactly the same way. So we have scenario 1 is the throwdown. You have the prep, what zone cards to use, which models you're going to use, the terrain, artifact tokens, deploy models, the fight, leaving the table, acid rain, the spoils, and ending the game. Scenario 2 is block war. The prep, again, is all the same. Scenario 3 is street fight. Again, they give you a map of how to fill everything up. Deployment zones, ruins, street, and ruins. Scenario 4 is the chase. Scenario 5, arc defense. Then, of course, they give you the rules for solo play as well. In the back, it shows you how to fit up and how to put together the pop-up terrain, the cardboard terrain. Okay, so there is your rule book. So it's basically 21, no, so of rules. We have 15 pages of rules, scenarios, and then you have 2 pages of rules if you want to do solo play, and 1 page of instructions of how to put together the cardboard terrain. So you also get a cool 3x3 map. So I'm going to pull the rule book out for a second so I can show you the map. It looks like it's a 2-side map, which is cool. It's also a nice heavy-duty thick map, which I always like to see. So again, it's 3 feet by 3 feet, so it won't particularly fit on this table, but I'll show you it the best I can. Again, just like every other map, you got to crack it so it lays flat. So this one is basically has a roads on it. So it's a 2-lane highway basically, and just has grasslands on both sides. So that's basically what it looks like. Nice high quality map, nice detail, nice cryptography on it. Just really nice. Just out in a post-apocalyptic world. Your terrain goes on either side. So that's what one side looks like, and the other side, let's see what we got there. And the other side is just the grasslands and has no roadway going through it. So very, very nice. Very, very nice. So let's see if I can show it to you more this way. So that's what it's going to look like up close. Again, I don't have a very wide camera, so I can't show you the 3 feet, and I don't have a camera that's up top. Again, there's your roadway sections. And there's your 2 roadway sections. Okay. And then on this side, after the roadway, you just have your big area of grasslands. and some sand, dirt. Again, the attention to detail is pretty fantastic on this. So it's a really, really, really nice, thick mat. It's very, very cool. And there you go. Again, the only designs on the mat in the back are basically just dirt, grass, with no roadways whatsoever. So, and that's the complete map. It looks like that. So, all right. So we're going to close that map up because it is a ginormous map. So we do know now that we have two-sided map. So we have our rule book. And we have a beautiful map that's included in a beautiful mat that's included in our game here. Again, we're talking about Mutant Wars, we're talking about Mutant Year Zero Zone Wars, the skirmish mayhem in the Mutant Year Zero universe. So as we continue to roll on with this, we also have a sheet of tokens. Razorback, Ravenous Devourer, GenLab Tribe, bunch of +1 icons, some looks like need some repair work done, some skulls, Arc Mutants. Then we flip it over. Have some targets, have some skulls, some more targets, and everything else is the same. So there you have that sheet of tokens. And then we have, let's do tokens. Okay, there we go. So here we go, we have some more tokens. So it looks like we have some more repair tokens or something, and we have some biohazard tokens, very cool. Some peace tokens, it looks like. Some wound markers. Okay, you have a that tells you the distance of movement. Long, medium, and short is your range of your weapons. Flip that over. Again, short, medium, and long. Very, very cool. And the backs are the same as the front in these tokens. So it's a pretty big sheet there. Excellent. The other one's kind of a mini sheet. This is a larger sheet, so that's cool. So there's your tokens right there. And then we've got quite a few sheets here of the terrain. The terrain is pretty decent. It's nice thick cardboard. You put that right back in there. If you remember going back to 3rd edition of Warhammer 40K, Andy Chambers was working for Games Workshop at that point in time. A lot of the terrain pieces that used to come, actually in the 2nd edition, the terrain that came out was paper, was a cardboard like this, and it reminds me very much so of that. So you can just use these standy things to stand it up, or you can glue it down onto another board that you might have of cardboard, and then you could put flock on it and make it look a little bit more realistic. I don't really mind using the cardboard terrain. It packs up nicely into the box, and it goes away as quickly as you put it on the table. So that's sometimes the ease of setup and break apart sometimes is a definite advantage. So there's your first sheet of the terrain. And here's some more of the terrain. Again, when I picked this up on Facebook Marketplace, it was brand new. You know, really excited to see what I have here. It's very, very, so far it's very, very cool what I'm seeing here. Very, very nice. Okay, so there's your second sheet. And you have, so 3 sheets. So that tells you it's pretty, you know, it's a nice thick cardboard. It's not hokey at all. You know, it's not flimsy. It's a nice piece of cardboard. So that is cool. And the windows, yep, the windows pop out, which is always, and you know it's good cardboard, and you can put it right back in and boom. So you have the option of keeping them in or taking them out. It's up to you. And you got a couple trees in there thrown in as well. You could buy a couple bags of mini trees for $1.25 each over at Dollar Tree if you have one of those around you also too. You can throw those on your terrain as well. I like to do things in a cost-effective way. As you guys know, I buy everything myself. I don't have any backers, so I don't do, get money from anybody. Just do this for the love of gaming. Okay, so as we continue rolling forward, you have a set of die. These figures are a little bit larger, so I'm seeing the base size immediately. They are a bit larger figures. I'm going to say that these are probably 32 heroic, 32 or 35-inch bases. Okay, so we get a bunch of these dice. So you got 4 of these. Each of them are identical. So let's see, you got one. So you got 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you have a 6 is the biohazard symbol, and you've got a fire on number 1 or blast on 1. So there you go, and you get 4 of those dice. It's very cool. And you also get a set of yellow die, which are exactly the same. Set up the 4, 3, 2, 1. And the yellow is the, that's the biohazard sign. And, oh, the 1 is the biohazard. And 6 is the new radiation. Sorry about that, that's radiation. Radiation and the biohazard. Okay. What's on here? Yeah, that's right. That's fire on that one there. They are blast on 1 on this one, and the radiation on this one, and this one has biohazard and radiation on this one. Okay, there you go. So you have 2 sets of dice. You have not that, and one thing about new games that come out, again, this came out relatively short period of time ago, and most games that come out today have a bazillion decks of cards in them, and this one here has only 2. It has your mini cards, which are usually your supplies, your event cards, and then you have your, looks like you have your player cards, which is much radically different than what most games have nowadays. So you have starting gear, feral mutations, and you have artifacts. Okay, so now we know that icon means artifact, and that's excellent. So let's look at the artifacts. Okay, so these are, okay, you got revolver, hunting rifle, flamethrower, laser pistol, laser rifle, spiked bat, cooking pot, hockey pads, gas mask, road sign, alarm clock, a desk lamp, wall clock, vacuum cleaner, shopping cart, hockey mask, gaffer tape, medicine, expired, leather jacket, magnifying glass, and a rubber ducky, and a teddy bear. Okay, excellent. So this is a revolver, long range, bonus +2. All right, hunting rifle, unlimited range, bonus +3, aimed fire. Okay, and it gives you all the stats. So all the cards are set up the same way. You have the title of it. You have the picture, what it is, the picture, and down here it tells you the effect of it. Not sure whether it means there's 2 shots or if it means that you need to roll over 2. I'm assuming that means you might have 2 shots in the chamber. Road sign, you need 1 dice, or maybe how many dice you're rolling when shooting. It could be that as well, or using it. Okay, so those are your artifacts, or your weapon cards, we can call them as well. You want to change it up, call them the weapon cards. Then we have our mutation, a feral mutation. Acid spit, flame breather, spores, malleable, flesh eater, forearm. So let's take a look at these. These look pretty interesting here now. See, it says here, acid spit. The model moves up to medium distance and then inflicts damage equal to M points spent on a model within long range. Armor has no effect, but cover does. Flame breather. Model moves up to a medium distance and then inflicts damage equal to M points spent. Distributed on targets within long range. All targets must be within close range of each other. Spores. Okay, so all the cards again are set up the same way. Title, the direction of which it goes in, so it's going forward. It's going towards your 180-degree arc in the front. And then you have here, gives you the information as to what the damage is or what it does to the person that you're inflicting it on. You have malleable, you have flesh eater, four-armed, frog's legs, human plant, insect wings, crusher, stone skin, rot eater, Stealthy, Climber, Sprinter, Burr, Killer Instincts, Charger, Natural Armor, Antlers, Flight Response, Warning Call, Fast Reflexes, and Venomous Bite. Let's see what it says here. The damage done by a successful unarmed melee attack is increased by 1 per M point spent. Okay, so there you are. Those are your feral mutations that you can purchase or that your character has. And then last but not least, for the mini cards, we have our starting gear. And on front, it tells you which character it gets. So Danko, Hugust, Ruben, Moose, Borman, Dux, Pharaoh, Nafata, Franton, Ruben, Danko, and Kryn. So here, your starting weapons are Scrap Pistol, long range bonus +1. Again, Scrap Pistol, Scrap Rifle, unlimited range bonus +2 for aimed fire. Crossbow, long range bonus +2, silent, reflex mutation, module cannot be used. You got a club for melee, hatchet for melee, chainsaw for melee, a diving helmet, armor 2 for head. So if you get targeted in your head, that armor is going to save you some damage right there. That's good to see. So those are the starting gear for those characters. And then you have your zone cards. Let me open those up off camera. That off camera. Gotta give me a minute. My camera actually needs to be charged, so I can put that in. Okay, got that done real quick. Try to put the cards down. Okay, so let's take a look what we got here. All right, cool. We got zone cards, and then we have our character cards. So we'll do the character cards last, and then we'll show you the figures that are in the box. Again, the figures are larger size versus what you normally get in a 28 or 25 millimeter game. So these are more heroic in size. So you got your zone. Here we go. Cards. Let's see what they are. All right. You got a hotspot. So it's a survival, it says. Yep, up here it says survival. We've got to figure out, you can read the rule book, figure out what those icons means. Pass equals gain 1 M point. Fail, suffer 1 damage. Armor does not protect. Okay. Dust Storm. Now all the cards are set up the same way. Title, the picture, and then the information about it. Line of sight is limited to long over the entire battlefield. Place card as a reminder at the start of each subsequent round. Roll on a base die. On a biohazard or on a nuclear thing, the dust storm lifts. Okay, so you have a 2. So basically, you have a 2. You're going to use the yellow die. You have a 2 in 6 chance of the dust storm going away. Ruin collapse. Okay, pass, fail. Strange find, zone ghoul, a trigger. See a scenario. Okay, trigger effect for a scenario. Unexploded ordnance, pass, roll 6 base die. Each means 1 point of damage to a chosen model and all models within close range of it. Fail, roll 6 base die. Each that means 1 point of damage is activating to activating model and all models within close range of it. Okay, so these are survival. You're rolling to see whether you have damage on you or not. This one probably should have been back there. Those should have been back there. And this should have been up front. Okay. Then you have zone leeches. Pass. Chosen model suffers 1 damage. Fail. Activating model suffers 1 damage. Ravenous Devourer. Survival. Melee 6. Health 2. So out of the woods comes a bear running at you. Gotcha. Pass. To place the Devourer at any location on the battlefield. Fail. Place Devourer token in base contact. If in base contact, the Devourer attacks immediately with 6 base dice. And again, at the start of each round. If not in base contact, it moves medium distance towards nearest model and attacks if it can. If a model leaves base contact with the Devourer, it gets an immediate extra attack. If the Devourer attacks a broken model, the target is immediately taken out. The Devourer is killed after 2 damage. All right, so it tells you right there the heart is 2 damage. 6 strength, okay. It's a Razorback, pass, fail. Zone Rats. And a Land Shark. There you go, you got this right here. That is your zone hazards. your zone hazard cards right there. And last but not least of the cards, you have your characters in the game. So you have Franton. Okay, so you have Franton. You have a range of 5, a melee of 3, survival is 3, health is 4. Starting gear, he gets a scrap rifle, mutation cards. He has insect wings and random physical. So once he gets damaged, he goes on to the bloodied side. Starting gear, scrap rifle, everything remains the same. But as you can tell, his stats go down. 5, 3, 3, 4. 5, 3, 3, 4. I guess not. Arc mutants, and then it just says mutants on this side here. So we have to see the difference between the bloodied side and the non-bloodied side. But anyway, you have Kryn. Again, all the cards are set up the same way. Title is, there's names up top, what faction they're part of up here, then their stat line right there, and their starting gear and mutation that they have here on the back. All of them say bloodied. So you're in combat, you've been injured, and this will tell you here. So when you flip this over, you're probably going to put your heart tokens on there to let you know how many wounds you have. Yeah, if you're fine, you're going to leave it that way. If you get wounded, you put your bloodied card up. Right. Kryn, then you have Hugust. You have Danko. Actually, these characters are really, really cool if you look at them. We're going to see the figures in a minute. There you go. Really cool. Danko. Nafta. You got Ducks. You got Borman. Pharaoh. Moose. And Ruben. And there's the bloodied side for all of them. And those are your character cards. Excellent. So, we're going to move on. Now let's take a look at these characters. Now let's see who that is. That is... Okay, this is Borman. Wow. Again, they're sun drops, so they have a little bit of ink on them. Right out of the box, they look great. Figures have a lot of detail to them. If you want to paint it up more, you could, of course. A painting guide right there for you if you want to do that. But they look great just right out of the box. Yeah, definitely cool. So there's that character there. Then we have, see who this is. Ah, we got Duck. We got Ducks. Your friendly duck. There he is with his ranged crossbow. Hopefully he doesn't get bloody. There you go. Then we have, see who this is. That's this guy here. So this is Ruben. So these are all the Gen Lab tribe, right? They're all from, from the Gen Lab tribe. They're all the same color. Again, the detail on these figures are really, really great. Really, really impressive. There you go. Again, bloodied. There you go. And we also have, oh, okay. Next on the list is Pharaoh. Very cool again. Very, very cool with the eye patch. Stepping out into the combat zone. Very, very cool. We're getting into the zone war. All right, and last but not least, we've got bad boy, got Moose. Moose swinging that big old club right there. Big old club. Definitely don't want to get hit with that one. So you have guys who are hand-to-hand combat experts, obviously, who are carrying no weapons. So you got your melee guys, and then you got your distant shooty guys. That's cool as well. So there's your guy, Moose. So that's the Gen Lab, basically gang. And then you got your Arc Mutants right here. So we're going to go start from the top. We have Danko. Again, larger bases as well. There you go, Danko. The next one we have is Chainsaw. August. I'm just looking around right behind me to see if I have a figure that oh, well, I could show you a size comparison to a HeroClix. There you go. So you could tell that they are a larger. They are definitely more heroic. Definitely more heroic scale in size. He might be a little bit. He might be 25 millimeter. He's about 32. So much bulkier, as you can tell. So you can tell, like I'm saying, these are larger sized characters. Definitely larger sized characters. There's Hugust or Hugast. Again, if I'm mispronouncing anybody's name, it's not done intentionally. Don't come to the house and come attack me. All right, we got Corinne. Ready for battle. Very, very cool. Really nice. Again, a bloodied side. Then we have Franton, the first one we looked at, with the wings. Red Bull gives you wings. He has insect wings. Random physical. Those are his mutation cards, so we'd have to look those up. See what powers he has that are extra. Also, he has flight. So put Franton over here by the dice. And last but not least, we have NAFTA. He's got the Jason hockey mask on, which is really cool. Okay, he's got the scrap rifle. He's a rot eater and random physical. All right, so there you have it. So inside the box, you have a total of 10 miniatures. You have 3 sets of cards, basically. You have a wonderful map, terrain map, which is awesome. You have cardboard terrain here. You have tokens. You have 2 sets of game-specific dice. The dice are really high quality. You got a range ruler here. You got the core rule book. You got everything you need to get into the zone. So that's everything that's included, and this concludes our unboxing of Mutant Year Zero Zone Wars. Skirmish Mayhem in the Mutant Year Zero universe. Brought to you by the great people at Free League. As always, thank you so much for joining me for this unboxing video. It's truly appreciated. If you enjoyed the video, you can always give us a thumbs up and leave a comment below. You can also hit that subscribe button. This way you're kept up to date as to any time we release new content to the page. As always, thank you so much for joining us. Be safe, be well, enjoy the remainder of your day, and we'll catch you on the next unboxing video.